One.
Oh, baby, look at Canela, man. She done pulled up on me with that gold chain. Damn, Canela, you flexing like that? Look at this dough, man. Oh, snap, Canela. You already see the other doughs looking at you hating because you got that gold chain? Hold up, where you going? That's my chain, though. Canela, where you going? That's my chain, Canela. I just let you borrow it. You can flex for the gram, Canela. You think you could just snatch my chain? Canela's crazy. She's trying to run off with my gold chain. Canela, come here. Come here, Canela. Come here. That's my chain. That's crazy, man. Look at freaking Canela, man. I thought that was my dough. She ran off with my chain. Really, you just gonna flex on me in the woods like that, Canela?
God damn it.
Oh, God.
Call the cops! Once again, we are here on a sunny Sunday, popping beers open, drinking from reused Carl's Jr. cups. That would have been way cooler if you did freeze in the middle of you popping that fucking beer can off. But anyways, hello.
Come off the first time. I was like, what the fuck?
I got backup beers here as well, just in case. I got a Hoppy
All right,
Alice
yeah.
and a Ruination. But hey, what are the gentlemen doing here? Where did they find themselves, Cass?
Welcome to the dkgWELP podcast, or the dkgWELP podcast.
I heard GKG.
Yeah, you know what? We started drinking early, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Drunk Kids Gaming Podcast, dkgWELP for short. I'm your host, King Cass, joined by my good friend, proprietor, store runner, manager, if you need to see a manager.
Owner, operator. Yes. Of this here podcast show.
I want to see the manager.
What's in that bottle behind you? That looks like whiskey back there?
Behind me? Oh yeah, that's a Kentucky Gentleman, bottom shelf.
Mother, I got that alcohol eagle eye. I can see and sense it in any room, in any photo. Where's Waldo? That's how I go to parties. I'm like, yo, I see you got some liquor in the upstairs cabinet, and I need you to go get it now.
Yeah, that is Kentucky Gentleman. It's actually not terrible, but it is like $4.
What's been going on in your life, my good dude?
Just fucking flexing on the gram.
It's World Cup season.
Yeah, we watched soccer today.
This whole episode's going to be about soccer. It's a special themed episode. No, we wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah,
I'm lying.
We sat down. We watched some fucking soccer this morning. We watched France just.
Hey, spoilers!
Shit.
Oh, I learned that there's no care in the world for soccer spoilers. I tried to watch one of the midweek games, one of the semifinal ones, and I was like, cool. I know it's on at like 11 a.m. I'm working that day, but I'll get home at like 3. That's not that later. I'll watch it. And I every single fucking radio station, every NPR article, every 5 minutes, NPR was doing more, here's the news on the soccer update breaks than fucking traffic updates. It was just like, and they don't even like give you a second. They're just like, Belgium lost. And you're like, whoa, come on, man. Like, can you just fucking 2 words, man? 2 words. But yeah, no, it was great. I've enjoyed, as always happens whenever y'all get me into the soccer stuff or the sport stuff in general. I enjoy myself. It's fun. I like a spectacle. Mm-hmm. Not to mention, that was, as far as I understand, I'm not really got anything to compare it to, but that was a pretty banging World fucking Cup. 6 goals, craziness.
It was one of the highest scoring finals ever.
Yeah. My boss, so my boss, who's actually a big soccer fan, I was messaging, I didn't realize what I was doing, but it was 8 a.m. and I was messaging him like as the game was going, and I was like, this fucking game, did you see it? And I realized that probably all of his friends are doing that, but luckily he's a better, it's not his first World Cup, so like around 2 p.m, he responds and he's like, oh shit, I just turned on my phone. Yeah, that game was great. So he knows how to he goes into media blackout when he hasn't watched the game. But he's like, yeah, I turned on all my shit again. I'm like, yeah, that's smart. people's fucking Alexas just beeping out everywhere, and they're like saying scores out, and you're like, no, I need it. But it was fun. It was a fun time. We had a great time.
Oh yeah, that too. Opened by your first own goal in a World Cup final. We got that gentleman's fucking face of just bewilderment, just like, what do you mean? I didn't know. It wasn't me. Never happened.
It never happened.
Ball never touched me.
It never happened.
It
never.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It wasn't. That guy. That's the face you make. That's the face when you make when you team kill. When you kill your fucking bro at the beginning of a match, you're like, I think it was someone else. I think it was a sniper.
Be like, what? It says my name? Really? I don't know, man. There's some bugs in this shit.
I don't remember if that happened. It was just now. Your head. You could see the imprint. Yeah, it's great.
He did redeem himself with that fucking goal that he just took from the other goalie because I guess he no longer had a presence.
The goalie was making a fucking snack. He was like, "A ghost just came by. A ghost." It was a good time. Okay, well, that's enough of the soccer talk. We have plenty of fun news and tangential random stories to cover, so we're gonna get into it at this point. So if you don't mind, 3, 2, 1 news bag.
dkgWELP. Let's fill that knowledge hole.
With Kaz and Carly's news bag.
There's been a severe lack of raccoon stories, and I couldn't remedy it this year.
We got to figure that out.
I found myself today, actually, when I was setting up for the podcast, Googling raccoon in the news, question mark. But it didn't work out.
I don't know if you've ever been to an escape room.
Yes, I have.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I work in a company that definitely has team building exercises. Okay, we go to the escape rooms.
All right, so you know what an escape room is. For those uninitiated, it's usually like a warehouse or an old office building that you go to that they have then turned in certain spaces into scenarios in which you and your friends go in, and your job is to then escape the scenario, escape the room in a certain amount of time, stuff like that. They're pretty fun, shit like
they're
that.
Usually,
I haven't done one. I do need to try to do one at some point.
They're usually themed, and they're like, and whoever makes them is whatever. Like there was one that we did that it was a research facility, and they were researching some kind of biomass thing, and it ended up having a zombie outbreak. And one of the guys was an actor that was trapped in a thing, and we had like 40 minutes to rescue him, and we had to undo padlocks and solve riddles and blah blah blah, and it was fun. And one of them was like a hacker thing. Yeah. So they're meant to look and be very suggestively scary, like you're trapped in this room and the apocalypse is coming and woo woo and whatnot.
Yeah.
So why you bring it up?
For this unfortunate man in I want to say this was in Canada, so up in Vancouver, this gentleman broke in to an escape room facility and then proceeded to, as the cops and the people who run the facility could best understand, freak out, and then he couldn't figure out how to get back out, so he called the cops.
Yeah. So I love this story because I picked up on it too during my researches, and I almost covered it, but I had some other ones that I decided over it. But it works out because I'm glad you covered it. If you read deep into it, this guy is like a loose, rabid raccoon. Like you're trying to figure out, like there's got to be an emergency exit. But there's a point in the article that they're like, suspect or whatever his name is like, did so much damage to the door that he couldn't open it anymore. And you're like, how the fuck? Like this guy was just panicking in a room. And I get it. I mean, if you're like in the darkness, surrounded by a bunch of shit, and you're probably on drugs. If you're
100% on drugs.
Yeah, basically this is our raccoon story at this point.
It's your world and I'm just a squirrel. Squirrel facts.
So there you go. A gentleman in Ontario is a squirrel, actually. Found out suspect actually squirrel. Turns out we called the cops. No, but he tried to. I love crafty criminals, man. Like there's a point where he's like, he tried to call the police and then say that he needed to be picked up at the escape place because his home was being burgled, and he ran from his home, and that's why he's in the escape room, because it was close to his house. And so the cops are like, we're just gonna call the owners and bring them out. Like, he's like, yeah, it's good times. I love it.
Yeah, just a fucking idiot.
Speaking of idiots, man, there is I don't know if I want to just cover them all in one, but I've got just drunk driving stories all over all of the news, all over the news sites. There was a gentleman that got picked up, and I think it was a Canadian story actually. I closed it because there was just too many drunk driving stories. But first of all, I'll just throw that one out there. Motherfucker was driving inebriated, and the cop pulled him over, and he was like, "No, I'm not drunk. I was just eating my sandwich." And he had a Subway torpedo sandwich, and he had covered his face in mustard and shenanigans, and was very drunk. And the cop was like, "You're drunk," and he's like, "No, I'm just eating a sandwich, man. Like, it's just a sandwich, and it's fine." And then he had like 0.3 fucking blood alcohol, like, and he was dumb. There was another guy who this is his story. Was driving. He got the cops called on him because he went through a drive-through to get food, and he was constantly bumping in the bumper of the person in front of him. So the person called the cops, and the cop pulled him over, and he had a paper bag bottle of bourbon in his passenger seat that was open that he was drinking from, and the cop was like, "Are you drinking today?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I'm not drunk driving." And he's like, "But you're imbibing alcohol." And he's like, "Yeah, but I only do it at stoplights and stop signs." like he would like genuinely like,
the car is totally fully stopped.
You know what? Like,
So
you know what people are just
driving
straight convinced of their own that's their story, and you're like, he's like, "No, I wasn't driving and drinking. I was drinking while at the stop signs." Like, all right, man. But yeah, it was those are good times. And then the last one was this one man crashed his car, and CHP shows up, and they're trying to make a mess because the guy crashed his car. The car exploded like a movie car, like caught fire and was in an inferno. And so the cops show up, and they're like trying to take the report down. The police are trying to put out the fire and everything. Fire trucks are coming, and they're like, "Well, there's no suspect. Like, it doesn't seem like anyone's in the car. He must have run." The suspect, the man who drove the car, comes back to light his cigarettes on the flames.
No. 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 No.
Like, it's like you walk up and you're like, "Hey guys, how's it going? Oh, I see you got a nice inferno there. I'm gonna just light my cigarette." Yeah. Charged with suspicion of driving under the influence. So I'm glad. Yeah, I covered that. There was one of those guys was a Florida man. The Florida man was the drinking while driving.
Yeah, the guy at the fucking Taco Bell or whatever, it was a Florida man. But okay, all right. I'm trying to work this out in my head for that last one, right? You're like, "Fuck, my car blew up, shit." And you're like watching from the bushes, and the cops don't find you, and you're like, "Well, fuck, I'm gonna fucking grab a drag." And you're like, "Oh, my lighter was in the car. Fuck." Like,
all right, there's gonna be a conversation here that we're all gonna have to have. Kaz, have you ever been a smoker?
No.
Okay.
Not in that sense.
When you are fiending for a cigarette, and you think you're about to have a cigarette, and then you realize you don't have the paraphernalia to make a cigarette be in your mouth lit.
Yeah.
You go through some shit. You go through all stages of grief. You go through all the bargaining. I mean, I've seen it. And I think most people can attest to it. They're just like, "I can get away with this. I can get away with this."
Very, very oddly, a couple of days ago, I was in all places. I was in a CVS, and it was like
I've seen my mother light a cigarette on the stove. I've seen her light a cigarette on a toaster, on the coils of a toaster.
But like the security guard in the CVS is just coming down the aisle, and he's like, "Hey, hey, hey!" And I thought he thought I was stealing shit, and I'm like, "What? What? What do you want?"
That's
and
a
he's
good
like,
response.
I get, yo, bro, I go 0 to 100, you know, like, and he's like, "You got a cigarette, man? Like, I'm trying to get me a cigarette." And I'm like, no, I don't have a goddamn cigarette. Like, what do you want? He's like, "Fuck." All right. Shit. God damn.
As a smoker, when I was a smoker, I mean, I haven't smoked a cigarette in like 7 years, but when I was a heavy smoker, I would always make a point to give out cigarettes when I had them if people asked, because I've been that guy that's just like, man, there's just one cigarette, I will give you $10 out of my wallet. Like, I just can't get to the store right now. Just give me. I'm drunk. Come on, give me a cigarette, man. Come on. Or you got a lighter? Got a lighter? Fuck, man. Can you crash a car to make an inferno, please? Like, oh, Christ.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my drunk driving stories.
Oh, man. All right. So one of those, you mentioned mustard, which leads me into this story of just a poor old man. And this is the state of baseball right now, right? My next two stories are the state of fucking baseball. So it was a dollar hot dog night at the White Sox game, the Chicago affiliate.
Sounds like a good night.
And they key in on this gentleman that there's no way you have this much fucking mustard on your fucking face accidentally.
With the cell phone they're in the first row. They're saying you were on television. You've got mustard all over your face. Oh, I didn't know that. Now you have it all over your phone.
They're doing a dialogue with him?
Yeah.
Now you have it all over your phone.
Well, we still don't know if anyone knows the Muffin Man, but we know somebody knows the Mustard Man.
Is that the whole...
Just get a hot dog and wipe it on your cheek. Well, that's the beauty of this particular promotion. It's $1 hot dog night, but it's $2 napkin night.
They're just fucking this old man up.
With a hat.
Oh, go to the next video.
Argument that he was an artist. The mustard is there. However, he gets a phone call saying you've been on television, you have mustard on your cheek. But he believes it's actually on his lips. So he does eventually get a napkin. He is wiping his lips. Of course, we know that the mustard isn't there. And
this is drama. This is drama.
He figures out that, yes, indeed, he does have plenty of mustard.
Like, that is literally when there is nothing happening.
Oh my God.
At a god baseball game that the fucking commentators are just like, give me that. I'll call it.
I've seen worse League of Legends fucking commenters. Those guys has got this thing down, play by play. Fucking let's go.
It's like he thought the mustard was on his lip, so we're gonna go to this replay right there, where you can actually see it's on his cheek. Yeah, and he's in the wrong spot. But I love that first bit. I love that first bit. He's just like, yeah, somebody just called him, told him, yeah, you're on TV and you have mustard on your face, and now it's on your phone.
I don't know. This is why. I mean, what you watch a fucking action-packed soccer game that doesn't stop the clock. This is what happens when you stop clocks. You get the fucking commenters fucking making up goddamn dialogue for poor Mustard Man, who's now immortalized on the internet. That guy better start selling T-shirts, man. Or like,
oh yeah.
That's like the NASCAR races where it's like the majority of the camera and footage goes to like watching tires that fall off cars and they're rolling by themselves. I went to one it wasn't NASCAR, but it was like a race where they just do the circle, like the laps and shit, like some kind of like thing down to the speedway down here. And I remember I was like, all right, I don't really know what's happening. I guess that car's ahead. That one's got 10 pit stops, whatever. I was trying to date some girl when I was like 17. And at some point, a car was driving around one of the corners and the tire just came off and just kept going with the momentum, like that direction.
Yeah.
And fucking all the video cameras were on it and the fucking commenters were like, go, 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 go. And they were cheering the tire on as it like dwindled to a stop. Like, and all the cars are still racing, and you're like, is this what you guys are here for? Like, all right.
It's great. It's fucking great. I love nothing is happening or shit is so broken, but commentators still want to call shit at a game. Like,
you just don't turn it off.
Yeah. Like, they were still colonists. I love it. He's like, and he reaches for a napkin, wipes his mouth, but no, the mustard is on his cheek. Oh, and he just misses with that one. He just misses. You hate to see it.
So, did you see this adorable ass? Like, this isn't even going to be a funny story. This is just adorable as fuck. So this gentleman from fucking NC, what is that? North Carolina, I guess. North Connecticut.
Fuck, we don't know shit. Goddamn.
North Kentucky, no, North Carolina, man. So this guy, I don't know if you saw this. This is absolutely the best thing in the fucking world. But he goes. He has. I don't know if we want to start there. He has a yearly barbecue.
Okay.
That he does for 4th of July, which just recently passed.
Ooh.
And normally it's like friends and families and stuff, but he thought, given the way he's feeling about the state of the world, he wanted to open it up to everybody and be like, let's have like a neighborhood all-inclusive kind of like, you know, feel good, bring the community together kind of thing. And so in his mind, he wanted to, and by meaning all-inclusive, he wanted to invite the LGBT community to his thing. He wanted to make it so that it was this open, you know, mixer thing. So he went on to Grindr and put out a message for local people that's like, hey, this is my barbecue. It's open to everyone. The specific words were, feel free to bring, please feel free to bring your wife, your partner, or just a date. The party is open to men, women, families, gay, straight, bi, and the unknown. The purpose of the barbecue is not for gays or straights, but also for black, white, any race, any sex, and any say whatever you want to bring to the party. We'll have a great time. And then he had when I caught the story, he had to have the update edit section that said, "Why do 90% of you think this is an orgy? It's not an orgy. It's just a barbecue. Please go to the thing." Also, I mean, this is the guy. I'm gonna get the photo up all the way.
God damn it, Skype is frozen. I gotta wait for it on the stream.
This adorable bear put out not an orgy, it's a barbecue. Homeboy on Grindr is going to slay. I'm just saying, like, he's gonna be fine. But what happened that was super adorable about it is when it comes down to it. So he put all this out there, and people on the Twitter were like, if you're in that fucking area, you better go to this goddamn adorable man's barbecue, and you better tell him he's a nice man. Like, and so like two dudes showed up, and it was they were basically like one of the few like randos there, and they were like, no, it's super great, and he's making a bunch of food, and everyone's nice, and they put it on Twitter. Grindr reached out to the guy and was like, yo, next year we'll be happy to fund a big ass barbecue if you want to do a real thing. And so he's like, yeah, maybe next year I'll make like a real big fucking like thing with all these like sponsors and shit. And everyone's like, that'd be badass.
Okay, this had a good twist. I was like,
yeah, no, I mean,
you're gonna have the fucking local leather fucking guy show up, like assless chaps and everything, just like, hey, we're ready to fucking party, like no, there are children here. Put your shit away. Cover up your ass cheeks.
I just like because what happened was the way that he updated it though. Like the title is just like a picture of him with doing the fucking old man, adorable like trying to take a selfie, but just holding his phone in front of him. Like here I am, you know, like bad angles and everything. And all it just says was, "Why do you think this is an orgy?" And you're like, okay, I guess I'm gonna click on this ad and see what's going on. But yeah, it is absolutely adorable. But like, I don't know, man. Use the penny saver, not Grindr, to fucking advertise your barbecue.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, fucking Indiegogo, anything, bro. Don't use a sex site for fucking goddamn.
Oh, it's beautiful.
God damn it, bro.
Yeah.
That is just, all right, okay.
He's adorable.
Yeah, not the ending I was expecting either, Open Bayou, but a great fucking ending. So now I have something to look forward to next year because I know I'm going.
These are the guys that showed up from Twitter that were like, "Yo, we're at the fucking cookout, yo." Like, it's great.
Oh my god, damn! I needed to go to that cookout.
I say, right? It's a happy ending after all. Someone tweeted they were like, all I'm saying is if you're close enough to go, you better fucking go. I don't want to see this man sad like Papa was when he made 12 burgers for all 6 grandkids and only one showed up.
Oh God! Don't bring up old memes for new memes. Shit, fucking pop, bro. God damn, dude. All right. I got more baseball for you. So as you see, right, we're in a struggle state with baseball currently. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
We need to do some new things, right? So we already got the old people, right? They love baseball. It's their pastime, right? You gotta get the young kids. So
gotta sell them tickets.
This
can't get the kids out there with $1 hot dog night. $1 hot dog night is every night for us. $1 hot dog night is actually expensive for hot dogs for us. Okay.
But like, bro, I bought a 4-pack for 50 cents.
Food for Less has got a sale for fucking 12 hot dogs. Questionable integrity hot dogs.
So a minor league team, down in Alabama decided to have a promotion targeted at millennials, where basically it was like, it's millennial night, free stuff, right? Free stuff. There's going to be a selfie station, right? A place where you can specifically take selfies, napping areas, because you're fucking lazy and you want to come and, take a nap.
You've run out of spoons. You got to nap in the middle of the day.
As well as participation ribbons. Because you participated. You came out. You did something.
All right. Are they pandering at this point? Or are they really...
No, they thought this was actually going to be their fucking get, and everybody is mad now. They're like, "What the fuck? How fucking dare you?"
We got a get a college loan night at the old baseball stadium for all you millennials. We're just handing out college loans that you can't afford with high APR. It's gonna be great, everybody. Come on down.
So the tweet that they put out says this. Want free things without doing much work? Well,
this is getting fucking real.
It's a minor league team. They didn't think they'd make it past the fucking first page, right? Like they thought they were gonna be like in the paper somewhere. Well, you're in luck. Riverwalk Stadium will be millennial friendly on Saturday, July 21st, with a participation ribbon given away just for showing up, napping and selfie stations, along with lots of avocados.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Good. All right, baseball. It's gonna be great. Definitely don't insult your audience. That's gonna be the best thing ever. Amazing.
But here was their twist, right? Because everyone got mad, and they were like, "Hey, any press is good press, so we'll just keep doing it. Offended? Feel free to fight your battles IRL and visit us at Riverwalk Stadium."
Oh no.
Millennials that actually come by during office hours before next Saturday and submit a valid complaint in person to our Millennial Night think tank might get a free ticket or two.
They leaned in heavy. All right. Well done.
Yeah.
Outraged? Consider yourself a garbage person? Come on down to Millennial Night. Damn. Oh, Christ. I'm interested. I'd go.
God.
Free shit. All right. So my final story could very well be our story. The unthinkable has happened. Lightning has struck twice, Kaz. And this is kind of why I wanted Sunbun to be here. You want to quickly recap the Kia Soul story?
Oh, shit.
All
right.
Just the top bits.
Yeah, for those who were uninitiated, DKG Vegas #1 was a great time. We went there. Sunbun rented a Kia Soul. We don't know why. He actually didn't mean to. But at some point we parked it, had to come back and get it. forgot where we parked. We knew it was in the parking structure, and we knew we were on the level that it should have been on. We found the Kia Soul, or a Kia Soul.
Same color.
Same color, fucking white on black, fucking. We remember we left food in it, so we were like, oh, we should air it out. Open up every fucking door on this car. I think we opened the hood too. And proceed to just stand around while we're letting the car
I'm in the car. And I'm just having that moment of as it washes over me, as I'm like, who had Starbucks?
Right. And then the rest of us proceed to get into the car and have this moment of
where's my shit? I had a water bottle.
Where's this? Who went to Tiffany's? Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I immediately felt dirty.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to read this news story's title. Ontario woman accidentally steals car for 2 weeks, mistaking it for her rental.
See, we didn't
Lightning strikes twice. 2 weeks. Motherfucking 2 weeks. This lady all the way gets to the point of returning her car, which isn't her car.
Yeah.
And returns it to the dealership. And this actually starts with the manager because she immediately goes to the manager's booth to complain because she got a dirty car. And she's complaining that the ashtray was full and there was golf clubs in the back of the car and there was papers in the glove box and there's a bunch of shit in the car. And she still had it for 2 weeks, but she was mad about it and she just wanted to let people know. And the manager's trying to tell her, man, we don't rent this car. It's not even the same models that we rent. She had rented a black Nissan Sentra and ended up walking away and returning a black Infiniti QX50.
What? Is it even the same car?
I know. Fan-fucking-tastic. Basically, they had to figure it out because they had to check the GPS of the machine and everything.
Yeah.
Apparently, as soon as she immediately rented the car, she's like 89 years old, dude. Like, these are old people. And this is one of those cases of just craziness, right? Because the other guy's like 90-something as well. The guy that I originally owned the car. And also it's Canada, so no one did anything but chuckle. She gets the rental car, gets in her Nissan Sentra, which is operated by a key fob that auto starts it or whatever. She drives 2 blocks down the street to a grocery store, shops for groceries, comes out, hops into a Infiniti QX50, whose owner was in the store and just left his key fob in the vehicle. And she gets in it.
She had another set of keys.
It was just in the car, so it started.
No, but I'm saying then she had another set of keys to another car.
Well, she didn't see them because she just left them in the car where it was, like because it just still started the car because the key fob was in the car. So she thought
she had the keys to the Nissan still.
Well, yeah, but she never looked at the keys for the other one because the keys were just in the car. She didn't take them with her and have 2 keys, but it was just starting the car. So she drove off and managed her business for the next 2 weeks, and then returned it to complain. Simultaneously, old boy Johnson reports his car stolen, and oddly happenstance goes after the police report to the same rental place to rent a car and tells the clerks there the story that his car just got robbed and he lost his golf clubs and shit. So 2 weeks later, when this manager's hearing the story about a woman with the golf clubs in the back of her car, is like, no shit, and then calls the cops.
It's like, oh, you want to complain? Yeah, no, you're going to jail, you old fucking bag. You thief. You're a fucking thief. First, where's my car? And then you stole this man's car.
So her and the police and the owners drove to the supermarket and found the Nissan Sentra still parked there, just chilling in the parking lot of a fucking Vons or whatever. I just read the story and I was like, this could have been us. This could have easily been us.
No, we wouldn't have not made it that fucking far.
Driving around Vegas, fucking.
I mean, the thought did go through our heads of like, do we just see if it works? Like, and we were like, no.
The most Canadian thing ever is the final sentence of this. This is in Ontario. The woman won't face any charges. She was a bit embarrassed, but shrugged it off. The man whose car was stolen had a good chuckle. And that's just the way they handle business up in Canada, guys.
That sounded more British than fucking...
And then the Facebook for Cornwall Community Police had to write the Facebook post. Please do not leave your key fobs in your vehicle when not being operated. You never know who might take it.
Yeah.
But this is CBC Radio.cbc.ca. It's Canada. Anyways, I thought you'd enjoy that story. I was hoping Sunmo would show up at some point for this, and he did. Look at that. Everything's fantastic. But yeah, those are my stories. Unless you want a tragedy lever, I can pull a tragedy lever story out of my asshole.
Let's keep it happy. We'll save tragedy lever for next week.
Okay, cool. On that note, then I'm going to move us into game time at this point. Just blazing in and brazen.
Oh, yay! It's game time.
Hell yeah!
With Curly.
That's what I'm talking about.
Only on dkgWELP.
All right, Kaz, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
These are going to hit you hard, man. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Wait.
Man's pouring a beer into bourbon.
All right.
I love that bottle hit, obviously, other bottles that are down there. It sounded like a bar trash can where they just smashed the glass into it. That wasn't an empty waste paper basket. That was a bottle depository. Someone's gonna go fucking collecting cans later and make a whole couple bucks.
Oh my god. I love that sound though. I love that sound.
Anyways, I got two sort of games, and I actually named them separately based on their NPR stolen shit. They are still all basically facts, but they have different applications. So your first one is just basically called a fact bag. I have a bag of facts, and you're going to tell me what the fact is. You can work it out. So this one's a little worded weird, but I'm gonna walk you through it. So this is a fact from the Smithsonian National Zoo about a bird, specifically the Rupel griffin vulture, is what it's known as. There's an umlaut over the U. It's a RuPaul's griffin vulture. RuPaul. It's known as the most something. What is it known for? What do you think the RuPaul's griffin vulture is most of? It's a superlative of some kind. So it's something. It could be the cutest bird. It could be, what is it?
The gayest bird.
I mean, I didn't mean to lean heavy on the RuPaul thing. This is Ruppell. Ruppels. For the sake of it, here is a picture of said bird. And here's a badass action shot. Look at this action shot. That motherfucker was happy as fuck when he clipped that photo. Good time. Goddamn RuPaul. The most blood orange bird. Feel free to guess along in the most bird, the birdiest bird there ever was.
I don't know, deadliest?
It is the highest flying known bird in the world.
What does that even mean, bro?
It has been scientifically marked as flying at 3,600 feet. That's 7 miles. In the sky. 36. No, did I say 3,600? I said 36,000. I thought I said 1,000. 36,000. And you know why they scientifically know it? It commonly flies into jet engines that are flying at 3,600 feet. 36,000 feet.
So, I was telling JVZ this because it's a gentleman we both follow because JVZ introduced me to him. But SB Nation has like these stories of like really just weird one-off like sports or just really weird one-off stories. And this dude, the reporter did one about a guy who once attached a bunch of weather balloons to a lawn chair.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Took off.
When you get in trouble, like they're like fucking, you don't got a license to fucking pilot this this aircraft. Like,
I mean, he didn't actually like get in trouble because it's not an aircraft, right?
bitch,
And
that
it's
shit
just
flies.
water
It's FAA. It's fucking
Yeah.
like,
Well, the thing was, they were like, the FAA was like, he violated some rule, and as soon as we figure out what it is,
yeah. We got our
We're
top
getting
lawyers.
that. But the thing I love about it was they were like, the things he took with him were sandwiches, some Coke, like, the drink,
Oh.
a BB gun, and a second pair of glasses, right?
Okay, she dropped them.
And they were like,
Yeah.
which luckily enough, as soon as he took off, because he took off way faster than he thought he was, his glasses flew off, and like they have like the radio of his like girlfriend or whatever being like, "We have your glasses, you can't see, you gotta come back down." And he's like, "No, I got the other pair. It's good, I can see, it's fine."
Also, does he have the option to come back down? Was that planned? Like,
Well, that was what the BB gun was for.
oh my god, no. Fucking hell, man.
It's a great story, dude.
Jesus Christ. All right, your second fact bag. This is in 2017. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, which we just got a story from, the old CBC, officially retired the system that it had been using to deliver mail throughout the office. What was that system? How do you think the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation delivered mail around the office?
Those tube things.
This is 2017.
Those tube things.
The little pneumatic tubes. No, they had actually been using fucking robots called mail mobiles, and they had to stop doing that because they were dumb, shitty robots that bumped into everybody and fucking wouldn't. They'd shut down and start blocking people's paths. Fucking robots.
That's trying way too hard, dude. you're like,
Your mail is here.
At some point, you just call somebody and you're like, "Hey, did you get the thing I sent you?" No.
Someone find Meredith, the robot. She's in the
Stuck
stairwell.
in the stairwell.
Good job. Hold on. Robot in the stairwell. The old robot in the stairwell.
The stairwell every fucking time.
All right. I didn't know this, but you might have. It is apparently common knowledge that in the U.S. Open tennis tournament, they actually use different balls for men and women's matches.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Isn't it? What?
So my question to you is, what is the main difference between the men's balls and women's balls?
Color.
I'm gonna give you an opportunity to not lock that in.
The weight?
Puck is indeed correct. It actually turns out that men's balls are fuzzier than the women's balls. They have more hair on them. The extra felt slows the ball down for men's tournaments, and the lower one, the less dense hair on the women's balls, allows for faster play and whatnot. Look at that! You learned something today on this podcast show.
I feel like I've seen men and women play on the same court. So what do you do then?
Not in the Open tennis tournament in the U.S.
Fucking only in the U.S., bro. Ah, damn, bro. Let
Literally,
it go,
this
dog.
entire section was just an excuse for me to get to say men's balls are fuzzier. That's all I wanted from life.
This is true.
All right, so your final quiz section. This is a different style of game. This is called past food. You're basically this is a 50% chance for you here. This is an easy quizzing as they go. I'm going to name.
Okay.
I'm going to describe, or actually name and maybe describe a discontinued fast food item, and your job is to basically just tell me if it's real or something I made up. It's very simple.
Go for it.
So your first one is the Starbucks Pokemon Go Frappuccino.
Made up.
It is indeed a real Pokemon Go Frappuccino.
All right.
You're not. You don't seem to. They actually have this as a 2016 drink you could order. I think I remember some of the kids getting them back in the day.
I remember the unicorn fucking.
Oh yeah, the
crap.
unicorn one. Yeah. This
Crap.
one was to.
I don't remember that.
They had it all over the little app. You can go to your local Frappuccino Bandito thing and whatnot. So sweet. Your second question. Have you ever heard of the Pizza Hut's got that dinner box? It's like a pizza and some breadsticks in like a $10 box. I don't know if you ever got that before.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut's dinner box proposal package. This was had a ruby engagement ring, a limo, flowers, a fireworks show, and a photographer. The box package cost $10,010. $10,000 for the engagement crap and $10 for the Pizza Hut dinner.
I'm gonna say that's real.
It's a little too descriptive to not be real, right? It was in 2012, and Pizza Hut offered the tie the knot with the dinner box menu item. They only made and offered 10 of them, but they got over 800 inquiries about it. Well done.
Stop.
Burger King's Choose the Ooze, a kid's meal including green ketchup, green dipping sauce, and green frozen drink.
Oh yeah, no, that was real.
Yeah. It's disgusting. It's these fucking kids. Where's this fucking video? It's fucking. I remember old Nickelodeon fucking goddamn
Tender dipping sauce, gooey apple green.
fucking gross ass children.
Oh yes. Even our frozen Minute Maid treats are green.
Well, that's nice.
But they're cherry.
Now that's just wrong.
And tender dipping sauce, gooey apple green.
Fucking hate kids.
Oh yeah.
Everything about them, I hate them. So yeah, that was definitely real. How about Taco Bell's Bell Beefer? Loose taco meat on a hamburger bun.
No. No. No.
Fun fact, these are all real.
Well,
It's just a discount sloppy Joe.
I understand you're the place that people go to when they are fucking destroyed. But no, stop. All right? Like some dude was fucking out of his mind and he was like, "Can you I don't like fucking tacos, bro. Like, can you put it on like a fucking bun? Fucking bun?" And they were like, "Mike, go to the McDonald's next door and buy some buns from them, please."
Also,
Just go.
I mean, this fucking tragedy. This fucking horrible tragedy right here. Fucking pancake sausage egg waffle.
Yeah, I remember those.
Jesus Christ.
I remember those.
Most Mexican places will sell you a torta. They will sell you a torta. God. The Bell Beefer. Yeah, no, those are disgusting. But that was it. Those are all my my fun game facts.
When is the last time I've been to a Taco Bell though? Fuck.
There was one day. I'll tail it off. There was one minty day that I postmated some Taco Bell over here. It was a great evening. I tell you what. There's a lot of stuff came into
If
my
I had a car VC, I would go right now.
Oh, it's good times. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna move on to email section.
Time for some cocktail-infused communications.
dkgWELP.
Email.
Now!
And we have an email from Puck. Look at that. That's amazing. This comes from the one, the only Reverend Puck to talkshow@dkgtv.com. Subject line: can this animal fart? I think he's just. Oh, this is like an actual game. Okay, so I can't really. Wow, what? This. He sent me a Google Doc of animals that can and cannot fart. It's 90 things deep. We got games for the next show. I fucking next
We're
couple.
Save that when we have a guest, I guess.
Yeah, that'll be. Holy shit!
Thank you, Buck.
Yeah, thank you so much, Buck. Bringing it. Yeah, the speed quiz. Let's go down the whole line. Putting the whelp in dkgWELP. Thank you so much. That's great, Chimera. Nice job. But yeah, that's as always. If you ever have any questions, comments, or contributions at this point to the show, you can always email the show at dkgWELP. I think. What did I say? What's the email address? dkgtv.com.
Podcast at dkgtv.com.
I don't own the whelp. It's just a superfluous, unnecessary domain name. I don't want to buy a million of them. But thank you anyways, regardless. But that brings us to a close, Kaz, if you want to close us out.
Thank you for joining us. Make sure you join us next time, where hopefully I think we should have a guest. Hopefully. We'll see. If not, it'll just be us. And who doesn't like us? But please, 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 like, subscribe, tell a friend about a show. Just leave it on at work. Just buy a cheap cell phone from Walmart, download a podcast app, and then download all of DKG and just put it on shuffle. And then that way we'll get new listeners. I think that's how you do it. I think that's what you're supposed to do.
You get a bunch of fake iTunes accounts. You go on different VPNs across the globe, go into Apple's website, write a review, download the show, burn out the VPN, start a new one, do it again. If you can get through 10 of them, and then tell 10 of your friends to do 10 of them on their own, and then they'll recruit 10 more friends, and everyone will have a fantastic podcast.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the show. I hope you guys had a great time. I'm currently planning for Multiplayer Monday tomorrow. If anyone's down to play that Earthball game, I'm going to be hitting that up because it's going to be a blast. Other than that, we'll probably just play some other games and whatnot like throughout the week. I stream Monday through Thursday, 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and have all intent on doing that this week as well. So I will see you guys then. As always, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening to the show on your podcatcher. And have yourself a wonderful evening. Goodbye.